All right, so we have Carl and Preston on Aerosmith. Carrie and Karen are coming to Game of Thrones. Adam and Colin, Barracora. Where would you guys like to go?
Let's let the fans decide.
And while we're figuring that out, I think we can announce the final four for the women's division. We've got, we got all four now. Louise Wagensonner just claimed the final spot along with Hannah Hatch from Seattle, Carrie Wing from Kansas, and Karen Kaiser, based in Sweden these days, I believe.
All right, the chat says Barracora, so we just saw Barracora, though, didn't we? Oh, well, that's what they wanted.
It's a different group. It looks like Colin McAlpine is player one on Barracora, and he soft plunges. Oh, interesting. You don't validate the play field if you soft plunge, and then you can just make sure you can pick off some targets. So he's post-passing.
Adam's player one, correct?
Colin.
Or Colin, I'm sorry. Looked right at him and
does not manage to collect his bonus or lock a ball, but he does get 4 and 6 lit. There's the lock.
There it is.
And so now he's got the insurance ball up there, meaning that even if he tilts out, or not tilts out, that would be different. Even if he drains out of single ball play, it'll kick out around, but there's no gate to stop it.
That's the game I want to play. If you tilt it out, it kicks out another ball for you.
Reward you for being handsy with the machine.
It's funny, we were talking earlier on Total Nuclear Annihilation has a mystery award that it won't actually award, but it says disqualify other player, something to that effect. It says DQ the other player.
It's funny. Oh, misses another chance to collect the bonus, which is getting pretty big these days. He's got all the lights.
chat keeps asking for Iron Man. I'm not showing anybody currently playing Iron Man.
We're really limited in what games are available to us right now.
I have Colin and Escher on Metallica, Carrie and Karen on Game of Thrones, and Adam and Colin on Barracora.
He just wants to see the Iron Man play field. What does it look like?
Just stare at it. Yeah.
And we have Carl and Preston on Aerosmith.
Keep in mind that we have the different parts of the bracket going at slightly different paces. So Raymond is a little bit ahead of Adam and Colin, which is the winner of whom is going to be his next opponent.
They all want Colin and Escher, so give the chat what they want. So, that was Metallica, right?
While we are changing games, I will also put a fresh voice in your ears. Tim Sexton is going to join you, and I'm going to take a break. So here you go.
Oh,
tilt there.
Unfortunate late tilt there for Escher.
Welcome to the booth, the new Stern programmer, Tim Sexton.
Thank
Just
you.
had a great match against Raymond Davidson. We were saying 1.2 million. If you lose with that, you just shake your opponent's hand. And
yeah, he really rallied on ball 3 to come back and get the points there. We had a good matchup. We both had bad games at the same time and good games at the same time. So who are we watching now?
this is Escher and Colin. Looks like Escher is player one. Is that right? So how'd the rest of your day go?
Pretty good because I made it to the top 8.
Yeah, it looks like you had a familiar match with Alberto. And
yeah, we were both representing New York through different states. Funny how that works.
Yeah. Then a nice 7-game match with Chris Compton.
Chris, I play a lot too because he was on the East Coast. And now we're seeing I like how this Metallica is set up. I like the disabled drop targets a lot.
Yeah, I did.
I like that as well. I feel like it's safer. The first drop target can be nasty. Shooting
Unfortunately, that won't come out in ball search. It's nice because people are afraid to go for grave marker normally, and it's a lower scoring multi-ball than Sparky, so it kind of gives you 2 reasons to avoid it. But now it's worth going for because you can use it to light crank it up.
Exactly.
Did you guys try backhanding that long shot, or?
To grave marker?
Yeah.
Yes, it is pretty easily backhandable.
Doable? Okay.
Yeah, I was doing it. It's very early. It's like right after the post pass, but it's a nice return to the left flipper. Right flippers was fine for me too. I was shooting either flipper.
Yeah, I went with the forehand every time. But
Yeah, it's not quite right ramp on Ghostbusters early, but it's pretty early.
So what's the so Escher's up 3-1 now?
yes.
Not
If
sure
our
what's
Representative Brian
happening
Shepard
here.
here, ball is stuck. Okay, and he will get that back thanks to fine Stern programming.
I don't know who to thank. Thank our system engineers.
This location has some very beautiful games. Some of them are modded out nice. You can't really see it well. Well, maybe you can. The LEDs on this one that highlight in the plastics above the Sparky and the grave markers. The X-Men has some LED lights in places as well. They're beautiful games, well maintained.
Now this is a pro too, but it has the running lights of the limited edition, right? Those long lights on the side, those strips, I think those are LE features that were added to this pro. Don't know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
There's
I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I never noticed that.
a lot of modifications, a lot of LEDs. But it plays nice.
And Colin has started his grave marker multi-ball.
So he did
Has his
first. He went to
Add-a-ball
light the add-a-ball.
Yep. And he's not
gonna
getting
get a
that back.
chance. Nope.
So he needs snakes, which that helps, and he needs coffin hits, which aren't crazy dangerous on this.
Uh,
So Escher's back up. He was claiming he's never broken 6 million on this game today.
Interesting. Escher's like one of the players that the more he plays, the quicker he adjusts to it. So that's kind of surprising. All right, the chat room let us. That's the Creeping Death Light mod. It's not part of a
okay.
normal LE, which still pretty cool. The
I'm sure going for the short plunge.
The women's Final Four is underway. Both groups are playing Game of Thrones, or going to be playing Game of Thrones. Carrie and Karen are on it now. Luis and Hannah following them.
So we have a long night ahead of us still. 2 more rounds of women, 3 more rounds of nationals. More pinball, it's better.
Very nice. Escher going after grave marker as well. I like that strategy. I think especially when you need 15 hits to start Sparky, and it's I think 5 to start grave marker.
Yeah.
Like you said, I mean it advances to crank it up, which is extremely valuable mode. So that
Right.
Yeah, I mean you need one just to light the grave markers for your crank it up, and then it just seemed to flow from there. And the feed out of it was so nice.
The other nice thing is you don't lose any progress if you drain in the middle. If it's
Yeah.
1 shot left,
Right.
it's 1 shot left. So he's got his ad ball ready on the snake. Oh, man. There's really no grace period on the out of ball, so if you miss it, it's gone.
And danger and done.
Can't see his score. but
Yeah, it's too dark. There's all these mods to put lights in the game, and the score is the thing that we can't see.
So these two, Escher is 15 now? 14?
14.
14? And Colin is 15?
Sounds right.
You know, back in my day, these kids used to respect us old guys, and now they just beat us up at tables.
Well, I guess we have to live with it.
I'm fine with it. As long as more people keep playing the game, go ahead, beat me up. I'm old.
Yeah, it's
And now he looks like he's
So Colin has a decision
Targeting
here. He could go for a multi-ball, or he could just wail in his coffin. And with that post pass, I'm not sure what he's doing. Like,
look like he's trying to. Well,
he has a plan in mind, and it looks like Sparky.
yes.
oh, that's
Wow.
should be gone, but too dangerous.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
stern. They don't tilt. Yet.
Letting
Being
that tilt,
smart. Yep.
letting that settle. That was a big move.
See, I wish I could see the
No.
DMD to see how many hits were
There he goes.
required.
He just took one shot at it. There, that should. There it is. And this crank it up's lit.
Okay.
he's
Oh,
he's gonna get it.
nice.
That's how you draw it up. Metallica letter bonus.
That's the way I like to go. I like to get crank it up before any multi-ball because crank it up could be worth so much more than any multi-ball.
Plus, you can use the multi-ball after it to get to the next one rather
Yeah.
quickly.
But because he's so close to Sparky, I think he really wants that to happen this game,
Yeah.
and this locks him out of that. But he's hitting shots right now. Oh.
And that, yeah. Unfortunate you get into that mini wizard mode. And
Still puts a lot of pressure on Escher here.
Yeah, because
Ru-
Escher played his multi-ball already, right? So he's not really close. I mean, he has 6 shots to another grave marker, which is always worth considering. He has 6 more shots to Snake, I think. He may have backhanded Snake. Yeah, it looks like he's going for Snake multi-ball. And he hasn't hit it yet. He's going for it with every possible way he can.
There you go.
Oh, I lied about how many Snake shots he had left. He has to open it 3 more times, 4 more times, something like that, and hit it.
Well, there he's finished the snakes for crank it up.
and
Sparky.
he finished
There it is.
Sparky.
Okay, he's definitely going for crank it up.
I like this strategy. I mean, he's kind of in jail otherwise. He doesn't have a whole lot of progress anywhere else. And only 4 shots per item. It's not too bad. Oh, nice save.
Boom. It's lit.
Done.
Oh, and then the scoop gets so tough to hit. Oh.
And
I think
the walk
Colin's
of
got to
drain.
win, yeah.
The walk of drain.
Okay, that'll make it 3-2, Escher.
Where are we going to go? Game of Thrones?
Let's go to Aerosmith. Carl and Preston appear to still be playing it, so we'll.
We're not going to watch the women's semifinals? They're getting close.
Yeah, well, Carrie and Karen are coming up on Metallica. As we
Oh, on
just saw.
Metallica, okay.
So Luis and Hannah are playing Game of Thrones now. But let's look at a little bit at the final group of, what is it, the group of 8? Or no, there's still a group of 16. Chris Stevens still waiting to find out who his opponent will be.
Oh, yeah, Carl and Preston are still playing.
Up. Okay, so they will be going to a Game 7. So do we want to find out where they're going and follow them, or?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
do that.
Okay.
That looks like about how bad Adam Becker beat me earlier on that game. 100 and something million to 5. That was fun.
Wow, look at these great attract modes and Stern pinball machines.
Mm-hmm.
Buy one today from your local distributor.
Just remember when you couldn't read the displays on Aerosmith on camera. This one's gotten better.
Yeah, the Carl zoom in cam helps a lot.
Okay, Carl and Preston are going to Iron Man, so that's where we're going. Iron Man and Iron Man. They'll have their warm-up time here, 30 seconds each.
Got a little
So what kind
spot
of game is this? Iron Man. An easy one?
Who manufactures this again?
Oh, I wasn't going in that direction. I was just going to go for a rules overview of.
I played it once. I didn't play it well. It punishes you for missing, like every
Yeah,
Iron
just like
Man.
that.
Actually, yeah, but punishing me for missing. Actually, all 2 of my 3 Janes were half left ramp shots that went back down the middle.
So luckily this is practice, so Preston's showing off how the game drains very easily. And now Carl's going to practice here. So these games do not count, but players are getting feel for the soft plunge because why do people go for the soft plunge? I don't actually know on this game.
There is no post up at the top, so if you plunge, it's going to go all the way around. The soft plunge, just how do you choose to get your control? Do you want full plunge or half plunge?
And we need to put the names up.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. We're still not sure who's going to be player 1. See who steps up here,
And it's 3-3.
Preston will be player 1.
So Preston must have chosen it.
Preston. Carl.
So there's usually 2 things people start for on Iron Man. It's either shoot the ramps to get the bogey scoring round or shoot the orbits, the spinners in the orbits to get the Ironmonger up. Can't tell which one Preston's going for yet. He's just trying to get control here. The slingshots are super sensitive, and the outlanes are always huge on every Iron Man.
It's either more like canyons. They're
Nice
they're
move
really
there. Takes 2, but still got a ball.
And even when he like beefs it into the side of the spinner, as long as it spins once, it gives him a monger letter. So going around the orbit to start doesn't, you don't need to go all the way around the orbit to make progress towards getting the monger up, but you do need to go around in orbit to actually raise him up. Has to hit a switch in the back.
nice.
So it looks like he's trying to get now his bogey scoring going before he brings the monger up. When the monger's in the way, you can't shoot the left ramp. It's almost impossible. But here it is.
Missed
Oh,
him.
no, one more.
Yeah.
Gone.
Good progress, though.
It is good progress.
Halfway to bogey, monger ready. He'll have to be careful on his plunge not to start the monger. Because certain plunges will hit the spinner and count it as a shot.
Right, no ball saves at IFPA sanctioned tournaments.
Unless you're Black Rose.
Right.
I don't know if it's a setting, but the Ironman we have locally in Minneapolis, you have to hit the center to open it. Is that?
It is a setting. It's not enabled on this one.
Yeah.
Although sometimes it flashes brighter than the others, or it looks like it does. So Carl's also going for his bogey scoring before he
Ooh,
brings
that's
his
a big
monger
Wow.
up.
move. That's. Ooh, wow.
He's in the exact same spot as Preston. Same number of points, same progress on his multi-ball and his bogey. If he goes out right out lane here, they might be tied. No, he brought the monger up.
Okay, so he would need 3 right ramps at this point to bring bogey in. But he's just going straight for it at this point. Save
Yeah, that
bogey for
magnet could
later.
do crazy things on this one, too.
In the games that I've been watching, I think I've only seen 1 drain off a monger. This one's not terrible.
Yeah.
No,
that's-
he is hitting it towards the sides instead of head on.
starts his.
Brings his monger up right
Multi-ball.
away. You know one thing I don't like about this game? I'm too short to see if I still have ball save. So I just never know on Ironman if I have ball save. I also stand pretty low. Carl doesn't have ball save, so he will not get that ball back that went out the left out lane.
Okay, that's 3.
Yeah, Nationals, it's pretty safe to assume you do not have ball save.
Pretty
just in
much at all
general.
times. Yeah.
And if you do, you shouldn't.
Okay, 1
Some
more to
nice
light the
control here,
super.
nice cradle separation. All right, nice super, drops monger, up the middle for 3 million.
Beef.
And do it quick.
Double beef.
Oof, wow.
No 3 million for Carl. Ooh, but a nice
Nice.
left ramp.
Okay, is bogey ready?
Oh, it's not
And-
going to stay in. It's all right on this Ironman.
It's 7 million. Good start.
That was his ball 1. Yeah, so there was no post there, so that ball went all the way around.
And that
Yep, and
did
that'll bring
open.
up the monger.
Right.
Yep. Another reason I generally like shooting for monger up the center rather than the orbits is, especially if you have both of your War Machine drone targets lit. If you miss their center, you will hit those and make progress on one or the other.
I agree.
If I was Crazy Levy, I'd be much more excited while calling this game.
If you want, Tim, that is a touch screen. Yeah, if you want to touch things on it, light important shots and
How do I
Boom.
clear?
that's up to me.
Oh, boom. I shouldn't have said boom. He beefed.
All right. Carl drains out quick.
Did he start his bogey scoring? I wasn't paying attention while I was drawing on the screen.
I don't think he did.
Okay, so he has that available. If he needs a quick million or so, that's a good way to get it. Preston needs 4 hits. He has no ball save to get 1 or 2 real quick. He actually has to
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what approach
Yeah,
he
think
takes
about it.
here. He's only 1 away from Ironman scoring if he wanted to do something unique.
Fortunately, Ironman scoring doesn't really win you games of Ironman. It helps, but it doesn't win you the game. Super jackpots win you the game.
Super jackpots, Jerichos. These are the things of won games.
Okay, Monger's up.
3 more hits. 2 more hits.
Do or die. Do or die.
1
is
more
what-
hit. And you don't have to care about where the hit is. Boom. All right, he gets the monger back up somehow, which means he can start hitting jackpots.
Yeah, sometimes with that, the post not being there, you can trick the game with the plunges.
Right, it seems like it just puts it back up for you no matter what. Okay, he's got one hit left to light the super, and I think if he hits the super here, he might move ahead of Carl. He's got a little bit of time to try it, and no, he's got an out lane.
5. Nope, that's going to put the end of it. Great run there by Preston Monclo, the Louisiana State representative. Carl D'Angelo will move on to the round of 8 to play Chris Stevens.
Oh, yeah, that is the round of 8. And where are we in our women's tournament, which is in the semifinals?
We are in the semifinals. We got Luis and Hannah are still playing Game of Thrones. But let's go check out Carrie and Karen on Sorcerer. They must be in their practice time as they only have one player going. As soon as I know which player is 1 and which is 3, I will update the names here.
You don't even know if this is practice or not yet.
Yeah, it's got to be because they're only playing 1 player, so
Okay.
this has to be the practice. Karen is up 3 games to 2 on Carrie.
So where are Karen and Carrie from?
Yeah,
Chat will know. I know Carrie's a former circuit champion.
Yeah, which one did she win? It was
Cactus
one of the southern ones, yeah.
I think it was Cactus Jacks.
We'll put the names in and fix them if I'm wrong.
So if you guys don't know how to play Sorcerer, what you do is shoot the left ramp.
Then what do you do?
No comment. There's nothing else. There's other things that flash, and you can shoot them, but you should shoot your left ramp too.
All right, so Carrie's from Kansas. Karen, no information. Help us out, chat room.
It might scroll past on Carl's Never Drains thing.
So would you say that the ramp, basically multi-ball, is the strategy? I've also heard rollovers, multipliers, spelling sorcerer to increase your spinner, rip the spinner.
I think those are all good things to focus on in multi-ball.
In multi.
But I think if you're not in multi-ball, you should get to multi-ball.
If you're not in multi-ball, do that.
Yeah.
If you are in multi-ball, do something else.
Step 1, lock a ball. Step 2, don't leave it.
Right.
Yes. Although I've heard a few people say they locked 2 balls and left them. Wait.
I don't know how that works. It should start multi-ball.
This is a 2-ball?
2-ball multi-ball game. I think there's only 2
Yeah.
balls in the game.
All right. Maybe that's not what they said. All right, here we go.
So there's 1 ball locked. And you don't have to qualify the locks in any way. The locks are always lit. Oh.
Quick drain there.
So, like Petey said, you shouldn't leave the ball in the lock because player 2 just has to hit 1 more ramp shot to get the multi-ball started.
And
But
it was very easy, soft plungeable to get control to hit that shot. The player 2 plunge off there. As a reminder, they play as player 1 and 3 so that you can't tilt through.
can't tilt through easily.
Good point.
You especially don't want to have 2 balls locked because, then you'll have multi-ball.
Yeah. You don't want to leave the opponent with 2 balls locked, that's for sure. So in the background, we have Adam Becker listening to music. Oh, here comes the ball. All right. Yep, there's a post pass right up the left ramp, so we're seeing our first multi-ball on Sorcerer. Now during multi-ball, you can keep hitting the ramp. Everything is increased scoring, I believe. If you keep hitting the ramp more, you increase the playfield X even more. I think that's the rule. I'm not sure, but I heard it's a good idea to keep shooting the ramp, because I awarded like 50,000 points.
Well, the ramp also gives you multi-ball.
Yeah. So now that the 3X is solid, so I think it's 3 times scoring until that multi-ball ends, which is way better than 1X scoring. And now it'll be back to the left ramp, probably for both of the players.
As we said earlier, whatever you do, don't walk or don't lose your ball if you already have a ball locked.
Mm. Confucius say.
So we are down to the final 4 in the women's bracket, and we have Hannah Hatch and Louise Wagensoner in the other match, and you're watching Carrie Wing and Karen Kaiser. And it looks like, yeah, it's 3-2.
Oh, that's a bad out lane.
Brutal.
Right, so the multiplier during the multi-ball goes up to 5x scoring. Player 2 makes no effort to flip and doesn't exist.
Player 2 has been playing really bad at this game all night.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know. I've seen games where player 2 or player 4 has done better than players 1 and 3.
That's always fun. Oh, the plunge game is beating me quite handily.
Oh, nice save.
Nudge it back into play. Oh.
Yeah, so trying to get that ball cleanly on the left flipper isn't easy. Post pass isn't easy. It's nothing that really feeds the ball down there, because if you hit it up that right spinner, it's going to go down the middle. There's a nice lock. Oh, nice save.
Very nice nudge.
And no tilt warnings. Does this game have warnings, or is it just tilt?
I think it does have warnings, something, maybe the way the play field flashes or something. I'm not 100% positive.
Any news on Aerosmith? Yeah, they're going on tour this summer.
The brackets should be updated, Jeff, but I'm not 100% sure. If they're not, you can blame Josh.
So one ramp here will start multi-ball.
Nice shot.
Boomed it.
Smooth and easy. So there was talk earlier today that Josh wanted to take out that big silver piece where the multi-ball is and basically disable the multi-ball. How would you guys have approached this game if the multi-ball had been disabled?
Probably would have asked someone who knew how to play it if they had any ideas. Ooh, that was a quick multi-ball.
Yeah, multi-ball drain. However, she's still got a good commanding lead.
So is this Karen player 1?
Is it Karen or Carrie? I'm not 100%.
See, Carrie doesn't have a picture.
No, no, she does.
On the bottom there.
Yeah. It's far away.
It's just a picture of pinball machines. Yeah.
Basically, what happened is the camera had a malfunction, so we were unable to do pictures of the players today. So Carl went ahead and borrowed their IFPA profile pictures. So some of these may be dated pictures, as was Escher Lefkoff's earlier.
Yeah, I think he's like 8 years old in that one.
Yeah, I think that's what he was saying earlier. So that's why you're not getting clear pictures on some of the players, because
There's a nice lock.
Their IFPA pinball.
Yeah.
This is about 50-50. I think some people were able to get their picture taken here, and others is their IFPA.
Yeah, but I don't think Carl was using.
He didn't use any of them.
I don't think, because I don't think he would have been able to, but I'm not sure. I don't know much about his software.
So this is Karen.
Yeah, it is? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Somebody had the names backwards. Our apologies.
I blame Petey.
I do too. And Petey stepped away because I was whiny and needed food. So, and yes, I was too lazy to go get my own.
Okay, here's a nice chance to start the multi-ball and get the lead. Oh, on the fly. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
So during multi-ball, yeah, the first thing to do is shoot the ramp another 2 times to get up to 5x playfield. The last thing to do is drain out the left out lane. But still, starting it's good points.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, she's.
Oh. Now, with bonus, it may.
Yeah, but even so, Carrie still has another ball to play.
Right.
So unless she, like, plunge drains.
Which I did twice on this game, so I
Okay.
believe it's possible.
Yeah, I think there. Can you short plunge on this one?
You can.
You can, yes.
Yeah, I think there would.
According to my friend who's rapid fire texting me, that is the strategy. I did not play this game today. I played it a handful of times. Actually, they've had this here for quite a while. So I did play it in 2015 at the March Madness tournament.
Played it in the Buffalo Pinball Summer Open.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
I've played it in Pittsburgh a few times, but it's escaping me at this point in the day as to when I did play it.
Wow, that's really close now. So with the bonus, I think Carrie would get it.
Just don't tilt.
Right. So I see 4 white lights. There's 5.
And that's.
And
there it
there the
Yeah,
spinner
there we
goes.
go,
Yep.
done.
So it's going to go to 7th match. So I think we should follow this one.
Okay, well, let's wait and see where they're going to go next, and we can go from there. It may take a minute or two to, well, we may have somebody going to. Brian, do you want to see where they're going next? Okay. Meanwhile, in other news, oh wow, we finally have some people that have advanced to the Final Four in the Nationals. Maybe we won't be here until 4 a.m.
You can go to the Nationals bracket here.
No, you can do it here.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can see Escher has moved on. Raymond has moved on. They're currently waiting for Adam Becker and Colin McAlpine, which, let's see, that one's 2-2 if the brackets have been updated. And Chris Stevens and Carl D'Angelo. And Drat, I don't know which one to root for there.
I'm rooting for everyone to win.
I'm rooting for myself to win. Oh, wait, I didn't play today. Next year.
Except for Raymond, because he beat me.
Yeah, that looks like a very decisive victory, too.
The numbers only tell half the story. It was even more decisive than that. Raymond wins in Las Vegas too much, in my opinion. But he's a good player, so I guess he deserves it.
So, what, do you think the bookies are betting him to win, or were?
Yeah, what's the
I don't
over,
know.
what's the over under on Raymond Davidson right now?
I think you lose money if you bet on him.
All right, we are going to Barracora because we are going to follow Carrie and Karen. So what can you guys say about Barracora, besides it's Barracora?
Barracora is one of the best solid-state Williams games. It has rules that make absolutely no sense, which makes it fun because it's like nothing you've ever seen before. drop targets are all resettable individually. So when you hit them not in the correct spelling order, they come back up. And they're a huge part of the game. You want to drop your drop targets in order to light the locks. If you drop the left 3, you light the saucer right next to the pop bumpers for a 2-ball multi-ball. If you drop the bank on the right, you light the top lock, which can be a ball save or it can be a start of a 3-ball multi-ball. It's really good to get that one lit, but it's really hard to get it up there and get all those targets down. They're a lot more protected by that rubber on the bottom. And the lanes are individually. The right flipper controls 1, 2, 3. The left flipper controls 4, 5, 6. You have to go through a lit 1, 2, or 3 lane to actually light 4, 5, or 6 below it. And those don't increase your bonus X. Oh, no. They increase the value of other shots on the playfield. They never return to this style of game at Williams where things do what you don't expect. But, yeah, it's awesome.
The Nationals and the women's both end tonight. Tomorrow starts Pin Masters, a Stern Pro circuit event. So you will be able to stay tuned and see some of this. Witty Kitty, we are actually on Carrie's game.
This is just practice right now.
Yeah. Each player gets 30 seconds practice before a game, and that went throughout the whole tournament.
So I believe Carrie will be player 1, and it's 3-3, so we should update the computer to say that. I can't reach it.
You're so needy, Tim. All right, so we have 3-3. My curiosity question is, what are they listening to, or are they listening to anything? I've heard both sides of it. Some people listen to music. Some people just have them so that they're not distracted.
They're listening to the Barracora theme song.
And how does that go?
I don't know.
The only one I know is TX, so I can't do any others. That's only because it's in my basement and I hear it too much.
I'm thinking the techno or death metal version of that.
So
they
Karen's
get
going first.
Really get you jacked up.
So the order is wrong again. Karen's first. And she's going for her left target bank there to light bar, B-A-R-R. Getting 3 bars in a row will pay jackpot on winning lines here in Las Vegas. And it also advances you to the 2-ball multi-ball, which can be started at the left scoop. Ooh. The Williams targets on this game will go down unless you hit the sides of them, and they just brick and stay up.
That's what I was hearing earlier. You just played this. That was your experience too. Is targets have to be hit just so?
They're not a challenge necessarily, but you get confused sometimes when you hit them and they don't go down. They're not like bally targets where you hit the front of them and they don't go down.
Oh,
So that lights the
Sounds
2-ball
nice.
multi-ball. And it also advances the bonus X at the bottom. So you can see that one below the word super, there's a yellow 2X lit now. Oh, really close.
You want to show us where the 2 locks are, Tim?
Yeah, so the one that you just shot out right above the top left pop bumper, that's the lock that she can take right now to get the... Oh, yeah, I can draw on the screen.
Yes, we do have drawing abilities.
Illustration.
Yes. So, okay, that's the first one. Now,
Right.
where's the second one?
The second one is you have to shoot it all the way around here into the back to get the lock, but it also acts as a ball save. So even though Karen didn't collect that lock there, she will have it ready for her next ball.
And it acts as a ball save because the lower eject hole will start a 2-ball, whereas the upper one you still need to lock that lower eject in order to.
Right. So the lower one is always starts multi-ball when it's lit. And the
Kinda
top one never starts multi-ball.
Kind of a cool feature.
Yeah.
Different.
So here's Carrie's first ball. The only thing really to go for at the beginning of the game is the targets on the sides. I mean, there's other points up top, but, ooh, gosh, that's a powerful sling drain.
Sling, sling.
Your score really increases exponentially on this game because bonus becomes the biggest thing at some point if you have a long ball.
Oh, that plunge ball was not happy. Every time I come, I run your city sling, sling.
In case you haven't noticed, it's been a long day. We've been here since 11 a.m. Pacific time, and both Ben and Tim did a lot of playing today, and I did
I
more
wouldn't say I did a
broadcasts.
lot of playing. I was at the table a lot.
I think I played a ball in this game for an
Yeah,
hour
we-
and still lost. So that was a quick 2-ball multi-ball, but Karen relit it again
Nice.
due to hitting the targets on the left side.
Yeah, it appears that a lot of people have been just going after the left targets. I don't know if those were easier. Was that your
The
experience?
the right flipper's a little stronger than the left. Left's a little soggier, and yeah, it's generally easier to just kind of take the multi-ball that's there. Even if you just go up top, you'll probably land in it sometimes. That's saucer. It's pretty easy to land in.
The pop bumper helps you out.
Yeah, it does a lot. So
So can you not then lock a third on the top once you start that 2-ball?
right,
From,
once you
okay.
start a multi-ball, you
So
can't lock
that's-
the third. Wow, that was a
Oh,
nice
nice.
save.
Very nice save.
It was like a 3-flipper save.
If only that third flipper were there. Oh, wait.
Right, so when you go around that little loop at the top, it makes a huge light show and it gives you like 5,000 points. It can be worth a lot, but you have to hit those targets in the middle that are not worth aiming for. And there's a rule where if they match, it's better. There's a lot of rules that, you know, if things match on this game, like you're the same level of multiplier, you're the same level of whatever the pyramid thing in the middle is, you get better stuff. But, yeah, just play your multi-balls.
Light shows are cool.
Yeah.
Does music ooch, 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 ooch.
Well, which game was it that had the light show underneath?
I don't know.
Yeah, then one of the games in there had like this.
Oh, the under cabinet mod.
Yeah, the under cabinet mod.
I've seen that on Star Wars. Spider-Man a lot.
Yeah, but there is one in there. I don't remember which one it is.
So inlanes are 1 bonus advance each. And you're like, okay, whatever. That's
Ooh, nice
1,000
save.
points. But you can get up to 25x multiplier.
Wow, little.
If you're looking for the
Just right
brackets, you
there.
can find them at IFPApinball.com. They are live.
IFPA.
IFPA.
Okay, so we're on ball 3 here. Karen has the lead. Has a multi-ball lit. Trying to get her lanes. Yeah, they're impossible. Pinball Profile would never understand. Oh, man, that
that's-
lipped out of the saucer. Usually it's been sticking in the saucer very nicely. All right, so for completing 1, 2, and 3, the value of hitting that saucer is an additional 60,000 points now.
Nice.
And
Oh, so close.
There was some violent movement on Sorcerer from Carl.
Oh,
No.
that's tough.
All right, so is 76 to 245 still very doable on this?
Yeah, I would say Carrie really needs to start with a multi-ball. A 3-ball would be sweet, but a 2-ball would be enough to get to it. And in the multi-ball, you do want to work on the targets on the side because you want to get your bonus multiplier up. So the right targets give you the green bonus X, which goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5. And the left ones give you yellow, 2, 3, 4, 5. They multiply together. So if you get 5 and 5, it's 25. Oh, but that's it.
That's tough.
So Karen moves on to the finals.
Finals.
And that means we have one more semifinal match between Louise and Hannah.
And
And
let's see where we're at on.
Let's stop in and see where they're at.
Yeah, they're currently 2-1. And let's see, Adam and Colin are 2-2.
So congrats to Carrie. She's been playing since the start of the day,
Yeah.
winning 1, 2, 3 matches to get to the semifinals.
All right.
It's not
cool.
easy.
We haven't seen it enough today, and let's feature our we're going to go to
Four Queens.
Yeah, we are going to go to Four Queens. We will watch Carl and Chris. So,
We'll watch half of Four Queens.
oh, yeah, it's a little out. Well, Carl's been busy playing today.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure to actually watch him get to play. What you're not seeing right,
We could watch more Barracora, where Louise and Hannah are going to play. Or I can try to move the camera.
well, you
in
can't
the
do
software.
It while he's
This may be their practice still, so you might have time to do that. He seems pretty casual.
oh,
now.
yeah, could be, yeah.
You want to?
Are we going to go on Barracora? Yeah, that's where Hannah and Louise are. Yeah, I knew. Okay, so are they? They're 1-2. Yeah, they're 2-1. What you're not seeing right now is Chris has the flippers closed, which kind of makes things a little bit easier.
So yeah, this is their practice.
Yeah.
And I hope someone's timing it. This is a regulation 30-second practice.
And Carl should know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody better be timing him in there.
You get super negative bonus points if you go over 30 seconds.
Yeah, we did watch some players today who timed their actual practice. We want to follow? Okay. I guess we are following, or we are switching over to Barracora and watching Louise and Hannah. I wanted to talk about Four Queens. The boss has spoken.
The Nationals will be going for 4 more hours.
Well, I don't
Right.
know. We
Yeah.
may not. We're getting close. You never know. All right. So, okay, we are now going to watch Louise and Hannah back on Barracora, which
It's a fun game. I love this game.
I don't think I've ever played it long enough to appreciate it.
I think once you collect a sweet maximized bonus and then build it up again and collect it again, you go, wow, that was a lot of points. I like this game now.
Once again, you got to play it long enough to do that.
So who has 2 and who has 1?
Let's see. Currently, Louise
Good
has 2
update
and Hannah has 1.
Okay. And
let's see,
Hannah's
Hannah is
practicing
for-
now. So Louise and Hannah both started with buys at the start of the day, which means they're, the top 8 ranked women in the world? Probably?
One of the could if they both had buys, it would have had to been the top. Well, how did the brackets work? Because was it top 4 or top 8?
Top 8. There are 24 players.
No, there were 16, weren't there?
Not this year. They had the 8 wild card
Oh,
spots.
so they did drop down?
Yeah. Top 6 got buys? Okay. Yeah, the wild card spots for the... Oh, right.
Oh, so have I been announcing that wrong all day? What's that? They do 24 or 16? No,
22.
No. What number of players total? Bear with me because I thought they did 16 and apparently it was 24. Okay, my bad.
So it looks like Hannah is starting now.
For those listening to me earlier today, I apologize for screwing that up.
It's the first B. You can't actually announce what the correct letter of the target is because there's several A's and R's and yeah, it's odd.
Q's and T. Oh.
Right. So the multi-ball is lit, and that's a power out lane.
Sling, sling.
This game does not let you relax at all. You're forced to hit these side targets, and then it just goes into slingshots and rockets towards out the out lanes. This is player 2 here. This is Louise not playing the correct player. And we're in the other room, so we can't tell her that this ball doesn't count. But this ball doesn't count. This is player 2's ball.
Oh,
She's getting some nice warm-up, I guess.
Maybe you tell her she's
Yeah, Louise isn't playing her. She's playing the player 2.
Oh, she's on player 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, you don't want her to.
This is always upsetting because
She's having a
She's
good
having a good
ball.
ball.
Yeah.
No.
And Brian let her know. Oh, that didn't count. Back to 0 points. All right. Now
Yeah.
the score is flashing.
No harm, no foul.
Yep, no harm.
Yeah. Well, for her it might be. You know, because who knows what.
right. So you usually get a plunge drain in this kind of situation.
Hopefully not.
No, I don't want to jinx it. Nice save.
So far she doesn't have any targets down. She hit that target back twice, but the drops will reset if you don't start with the A on the right side. That will almost knock the A down. It pushed it back, but it didn't knock it down. And yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh man,
Very nice.
good saves, but
Just digging them. Just digging out every.
just missing the targets.
Wow.
So if she hits her loop through the pop-uppers here, that loop shot, if that went around, it would have been good points.
Okay.
Through the spinner, which comes into importance later in the game. Right now, not worth a lot. Nice save. Boom, there's the B. Oh, nice save again. And she got the A on the right side, too. So good progress now.
Okay.
A went down,
Oh,
so
she
you hit
got
the corner of it,
BA.
it went down.
So
She needs the
now-
double R
No.
target.
Arr.
Oh, man.
that's-
But her multi-ball will be
Still.
lit.
Hey, she had a nice ball considering she played ball too.
Yeah.
Now, in all Barra chords, you have to hit the Barra in order.
Mm-hmm.
So the targets have been, so B-A-R-R, but you can also get, so
In case you guys didn't know, or in case you're just tuning in, we are not actually in the tournament room right now. We are outside of it, and we have an audience watching a large screen TV in front of us. So you may hear some questions and comments in the background.
Yeah, and so lay off, guys. Lay off.
I can say boom as loud as I want. They won't hear me. So Hannah starts a 2-ball multi-ball. During this multi-ball, nothing particularly special is lit. There's no double scoring. Some people said there should be, but trust me, there shouldn't. The targets are still the thing to go for. You're going to build bonus multiplier. You're going to build bonus. And you want bonus multipliers, the key to victory on this game. So one more target on the right, the A, which she tries to backhand there, I think. And there's some points that you can't actually see. Oh, no, you can see them. I was looking at the wrong screen.
Doc SS, if you have an
Wow.
issue with the rankings, take it up with Carl and Josh. You know, I'm not sure how his software is pulling the information, so.
Through the IFPA API that Brian Shepard wrote.
Oh, so we can blame Brian for it being wrong.
Luis is really good. You're ranked 81st before.
Oh, right out the left out lane. But I think, will the lock on top carry over? Will the top lock carry over for her next ball?
No, so it's a ball save. It's a ball save.
Yeah, but she didn't lock it, but it's lit. Will that carry over?
The lock typically does it with a
Okay.
Oh, so that when you lit it but not collected it?
Because that's one of the things I think the gates are, because you can actually shove it up there, but bounce in for watching. Oh, really? So we took the gate off that completely.
Oh, so it goes back into
So Louise is up. She has her 2-ball multi-ball lit. She has big points available if she makes that little U-turn above the top right drop target right here,
Okay.
because these two targets are at the same level. Starts her 2-ball multi-ball.
bar or Athora that lit the top one, so she went for bar, and then that lit the other one.
The sound of delivery is on, picking up on the microphones.
Yeah,
Hang on,
Athora. Use the ball save.
All right, I'm going to step back out and turn this over to Pete because, well, you know, food. So it's been a pleasure commentating, and maybe these guys will actually give right facts considering I've been giving wrong facts all day. So thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. So player 4 is being plunged off here. And it's a close game of Barracora. So Hannah still has that top lock lit. She can't plunge it. She has to shoot up here to actually lock the ball.
Oh, that's tough.
And yeah, that is very tough. But
so Luis needs what?
80,000. It's not easy. You don't have 80,000 available anywhere on the playfield. You have, yeah, you have like 20,000 on this target.
And she does have.
You have a
collect.
1,000 bonus collect lit up there, but not much else. Really, to get these points, you would like to shoot the targets on the left, or do that. Oh, it's not a lock though.
So that answers that question. It does not.
Well,
It does not hold.
she didn't light it. I don't think. I think Hannah lit it. Oh, but she did win, so there's that match. That is a third win for Louise. She needs one more to move on to the finals against Karen Kaiser. And we will see what they're going to next. There's other matches going on, but this is only the national championship. Women are doing the world championship. It's interesting that they're both in the same venue.
So you know where they're
Chris-
going yet,
Chris
or
and Carl.
we want to head over to Chris and Carl and Iron Man?
Someone's giving Carl bits. Thank you, NT Hits.
Looks like Chris just got a super jackpot. Can't tell much on the scores on this game, but I can see a 3 million pretty well.
Ooh, are they going to Torpedo Alley?
Barracora,
we know what-
that's where they just were, so. Still thinking.
Brian says Colin and Adam are 3-3.
Oh, that's Colin McAlpine.
X-Men.
X-Men. Did Hannah defer?
What's that?
Hannah deferred the pick?
No, at least picked that. Or not at least, I'm sorry.
Okay.
They have Colin and Adam haven't picked the game 7 yet. So up. Okay, here we go. It is going to be Sorcerer. Game 7. We will go to that.
All right, I'll be stepping out to get some dinner now. I realize I hadn't eaten yet. So, good luck, guys.
Thanks for sitting
Tim.
in, Tim.
So this is must be practice.
Yeah, this should still be their
Practice.
warm-up session.
30 seconds.
They only got 2 more matches left for the women.
Yeah, this is the game 7.
We go and switch to X-Men. Let's watch their match.
This is what they
No, they picked X-Men. This is Adam and Colin.
Yeah, game 7.
Yeah.
This is what the chat wants.
Huh?
This is what they want to watch. Yeah, once this game finishes, we'll go to X-Men and catch back up with Luis and Hannah. Also going on right now, we saw briefly Chris and Carl are playing Iron Man. We have Karen waiting for the winner of Hannah and Luis in the women's. We have Ray waiting for the winner of this game 7, and Escher is waiting for the Chris Carl winner. Don't worry, Chad, I heard you.
So Colin McAlpine, Pinberg 2017 winner, Adam Becker 2016 winner. Is that correct?
I don't remember what year. It's been a while.
2015, 2016. 2 very high-level players, game 7. Call that ramp shot. I mean, if you can't hit it, it gets so tight. It's like the visor comes down, the lane closes up.
Right.
I mean,
it is a little bit tougher with that rubber, wider rubber on the post there, but it's not terrible.
It's been popified.
186 on his first ball. Good plunge there for the player 2 plunge.
Adam Lefkoff is lobbying for a 2-day event.
We'll certainly pass that on to the Sharp brothers. And
I think Escher's doing just fine.
But in the age where we're squeezing 2 tournaments into one location in a few days, that 2 days certainly makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah, these guys that are making it to Final Four and the finals, it's rough if you're in, even if you're in the 1 o'clock tee time tomorrow. You really gas out doing this much competitive pinball. So that's why I purposely flamed out early, Pete. That was my strategy. I really wanted to just do well at Pin Masters. Yeah, that's what happened.
Good lock shot there. I'll make sure he wants to get this so that doesn't leave before Colin.
He's going with the short plunge strategy. Oh, nice.
That was pretty.
On the fly. What do you think Adam Becker's listening to?
I'm not
You
sure.
can see him jamming.
Yeah. The chat is asking why the game is played as players 1 and 3. The reason they do that is that you can't tilt through that way. On some of these older games, it's really easy to tilt through, and that would result in an instant disqualification for the player that does it. This alleviates that. If you tilt through, you're tilting through a player that isn't in the game. Provides some protection from the players.
Right, it's bad enough to lose your own ball on a tilt, but to be disqualified, if it can be avoided, it's better.
Yeah, especially at this stage here. And coming into the booth is one of our final 4 combatants, Ray Davidson.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, man. Spirit airline woes, let me tell you. Just had to cancel my flight, book a new one. Then right after I did that, they told me the original one was delayed 3 hours, which would have worked out if they did that a little bit ago.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but at least I get some sleep tonight. Probably rooming with Chris Chin.
So you are not playing in Pin Masters?
No, I got to get back home. I did not get a spot, and yeah, I just kind of dropped the ball on that.
So
Yeah, it filled up very quickly.
Let me ask you this. When you were on the phone with Spirit Airlines, did they do a comedy routine?
No.
I feel like every time I'm on a Spirit flight,
They usually do, yeah.
their thing is like,
It's pretty funny. I got to give them that. That's pretty good.
I'm like, are these do they hire people directly from the comedy clubs? And they're just like, hey, come try your routine in the air.
It looks like they're talking about the 1 and 3 players and the Kaylee rule and all that jazz. I guess they just really don't want tilt-throughs.
Oh, I guess I should change the players, huh? So we got Colin as player 1.
It also, the other reason they do it is so that you don't get DQ'd for playing someone else's ball. Like, it reduces the chances of it happening dramatically. Because if you play the ghost ball, nothing happens.
And it's understandable. A standard objection would be that you don't get that in a 4-player game. In a 4-player game, you tilt through, and that's pinball. So it's you can see it from both sides, really. But I think it's consistency, and you just when the tilts are this tight, it's just it's a decision tournament directors will make, I guess.
Not sure if pinball profile is serious, but I actually do like Spirit in general. Like, they get the job done, and I can fly to Vegas pretty much whenever for like $130 from Seattle. So they're efficient. It's just you can't really change things.
As you can see in the foreground of the group photo there, Hannah and Luis are playing X-Men currently. They are in the middle of Game 6.
Are you guys bouncing back between the Open and the women's finals?
Yes.
So we got Colin and Adam. I get to play the winner of them, so I'll be playing a previous Pinburg champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, previous Pinburg champion versus a...
Previous Pinburg champion.
I mean, against you would be the current world champion, right?
Oh, yeah, that'll be exciting.
High-level players here.
Watch us just completely fall apart. It's like, no scores.
Will you guys just do a 3-player battle royale? Can we just call it that instead? They're tied. Let's just do a 3-way.
Oh man, these solid states are wearing on me quickly. Like the Barracora slog and the Sorcerer slog. They're taking a while. I had to play for like 15 minutes to catch Timballs.
Yeah, we had that game on. It was a wonderful comeback. Played remarkably well in that game.
Thanks.
It's like 47 2-ball multi-balls later.
Yeah.
Can you just hit the jackpot and end this?
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, I was, I didn't really know. I need to learn my Barracora better, but I finally did the right thing and got all the points. It was like they all came at once, sort of thing.
So ball 2, we got Colin.
Oh no.
450.
All right, so all he wants to do is shoot that ramp to start multi-ball, and the first thing he wants to hit is that Sorcerer target to light the spinner. Then he can go to town, getting 2x, 3x, and 5x, 2,500 spins, which can boost your score in a hurry. So there it is.
Raymond. That's the info I was looking for earlier. Is what do you do once you get into multi-ball?
Yep, see how he hit that last little, and so now he's got his spinners ready, locked and loaded for 5,000 a spin right now. If he shoots the ramp, they will be lit for 7,500 a spin. And if he hits it again, they'll be lit for math, 2,500 times 5, 6 something,
125.
12,500 a spin. Got there. Oh boy. All right,
Good
since
control here.
So if he was player 2 and he needed to catch someone, you would just kind of shoot spinners here, but he probably wants to pressure and maybe shoot the ramp to get his playfield X up. Oh, nope, he's just cashing in. He's just taking his 5Ks. Says he doesn't need any more. That's pretty cool. Oh, he staged it.
Wow, that was nice.
I didn't know you could stage that. Pretty good.
There's points.
Ooh, so now he's... So what? I wonder what prompted him to go for the ramp, and now he has 3x. Maybe get some padding first, get some score, and then really put on the pressure. Colin is just so methodical when he plays. He has a very clear goal in mind. Should just crush all opponents.
Looked like he was going for another ramp there. Let's see what he does.
Maybe I do not want to pick this against him.
Oof. Oh.
Look at that. Juicy. All right, ramp. Come on, let's see the 5X. Ah, boo.
A little forward and backward spinner action there.
Yeah, he's averaging about 100K a shot, which is good. Now, if I were him, I would just shoot spinners. I wouldn't even try to get back to multi-ball because then you're leaving a lock on the table. Yeah, look at him go. That left spinner he likes better than the right for some reason. I like the right because it takes you up to the top to the lanes.
It add his bonus X to it.
Although he's almost maxed his bonus. No,
Multipliers.
no, he's maxed his bonus almost, but he has no X's. So I would really advise shooting that right orbit.
Bonus multiplier. He's thinking, giving it some good thought here.
Chris and
Oh, nice.
We got a question from the chat asking if some players like to play more on the fly during multi-ball and not trap up as much, and the answer is yeah. It's actually a good thing to do, especially at the beginning of a multi-ball with ball save. You just kind of, shoot away because your time is precious. But even on these games, it definitely helps to trap up. But if you know what you're shooting on the fly, you can be pretty good at it.
Chris and Carl have moved on to Metallica. They are now 2-2.
Colin finishes with just under 2 million. And Adam Becker.
I was a fan of the short plunge. Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that was
That's
kind of
tough.
on him. So
Yeah.
not really. Yeah. The worst part is, now he has to wait for Colin to do his thing before he can redeem himself. I'm not sure if the chat was. Oh, the chat must be lagging. Wow, what a ball after that Adam Becker ball.
Sick burn.
What's your favorite and least favorite here, says Pinball Profile. Whatever one I'm doing best at, clearly. I don't know. I love Black Rose, but this one plays like a beep. Game of Thrones, I put up a huge score on. Sorcerer is pretty fun.
All good choices.
No Torpedo Alley.
I just could not hit that Darshgarn spinner. I had it lit and I missed it 5 times. If I ever find that spinner shot, be good to go on that game.
All right. Adam's up with a lot of work to do. Colin didn't leave him any locks, so he's going to have to
Yep.
do all the work himself. But
I mean, the door is kind of open. 1.8 million. It's doable. 5X multi-ball. Maybe 4 or 5X multi-balls.
going to go with the short plunge again here.
See, I don't really agree with that. Yeah, he's so far behind, he kind of just needs to get whatever points he can get up top. I don't know. I guess it's fine. Usually when you're behind, you can take more risk sort of thing.
Nice.
There we go.
Unfortunately, we're in a different room, so we can't see what's going on in the other games. From the foreground photo there, we can see that they are still playing, but that's about the best we can do for you here.
Oh, man.
That's tough.
Is that it? Is
Kinda
Colin
saw that.
moving on?
Yes.
3-3.
Congratulations to Colin McAlpine. Moving on to play Ray.
What? I got to get revenge from Pinberg.
All right, we'll go head on over to the
scoreboard.
the X-Men game here and see what they're up to.
I see Jim Belcito's in the building.
All right, what do we got? The suspense is killing. And we can't see the score, so if they go somewhere else, it will be a game 7.
Oh, good. Yancy B was catching on with what I was attempting to say. Oh, just heard my name called.
Good luck.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Well, as it's,
So
we're not sure what's going on with Luis and Hannah. The only game currently going on right now is Metallica with Chris and Carl.
Looks like they may have just finished X-Men.
Yeah, the game ended, but I'm not sure if that was Luis's victory or if they will be going to a game 7. Brian, was that victory for?
What's that?
Was that victory for Luis? Or are they going to a 7?
Hannah won.
Hannah's they're going to 7.
I think so.
Okay, Hannah won that game. They will be going to a game 7. As soon as we find out what it is, we will head to it.
I like it. A lot of matches going the distance here.
It's 3-2 Luis.
3-2 Luis. Okay,
3-2,
it's not
correction.
game 7.
Correction.
I thought that was 3-2 before then, but all right.
So it looks like Carl has his crank it up. And he will take fade to black. Now making shots on this slowly dims out the playfield lights and increases in value. Is he?
QC Profit, you're asking why there's women and men separated in competition. Technically, in this case, they aren't. Women can qualify for the IFPA U.S. Nationals. It's based off of winning your state or provincial championship. This year, no women did it. They also have a tournament for the top 24 players in women's that's going on at the same time, whether for convenience sake or whatever. It could be that someone could qualify for both and play in both. Just that did not happen this year. But Helena Walter was saying earlier that she hopes to do that next year. But yeah, as the chat room is saying, there are women's events to help spread the game to women. Okay, our game 7 is going to be on, or game 6 is going to be Torpedo Alley for Luis and Hannah. So let's head there now. It's all right. It's good to ask questions. This is how we learn things. I'm glad you're here watching the event. So like that. We haven't seen much Torpedo Alley today. This should be fun. Okay, they've had their practice time apparently because they got the 4-player game started, and we're underway. It looks like
And
Hannah
that is not
1.
Colin McElvine.
Yeah, give me a second here. I'm a little bit slow.
So general strategies, from what I understand on this, is you've got your banks of torpedoes indicated by the lights in the center. You want to hit those 3 banks to light the locks. And the locks are right there. Where that was one where she shot around the orbit, and that locks upper left, eject, and then what's the other one? The ramp?
There's a ramp on the right side underneath the flipper that speaks to that middle thing there.
Right.
And
that's also the jackpot, correct? The jackpot is that right ramp?
Not sure.
Oh, you mean?
Okay, player 2 plunged off here.
Yeah. We got Funky Fresh Fred Richardson coming in the booth.
Listen,
He was only coming on if we had the women's match.
seriously, we're down to Final
that's-
Four, and you guys keep bouncing back to 8th place guys matches.
Ooh.
Hey, a game
yeah.
7's a game
Same.
7.
I hear you. Where are we at, gentlemen? I just got back to the house.
We are playing Torpedo Alley. This is
Torpedo
game
Alley.
6 between.
Looks like
Hannah and Louise.
Hannah and Louise.
No, unfortunately, we can't fade out those beautiful blue LEDs.
Who's got 3 at this point? Louise.
Luis.
Boy, Hannah's just been on fire today, hasn't she?
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, I have never seen her play, and got introduced. Realized she was part of the Seattle gang, and she's been up there playing, I guess, with Ray and Chris and all those guys, and
And arguably the strongest scene in the country.
Okay.
here's the scene. Yes, total group of players, first or second to Chicago. When you look at the Illinois State Championships, that was the strongest 16 in the country, and unfortunately they were not represented here. So am I getting controversial? Maybe I need a drink.
I don't think so.
That's the
Okay.
beauty of this. Opinions.
Yeah,
opinion.
for sure. Everyone's got them. No, Seattle is an amazing scene. I was not knocking it at all. I just wanted to make sure I didn't say something out of turn. I love it up there. And as far as scene goes, they have some of the best places in the country to play.
And that's more what I'm kind of my
know.
metric is just overall interest in pinball and competitive and
I'll tell you-
location and
I'll tell you what, Addaball and Flip Flip Ding Ding are 2 of my favorite places in the country to play. Absolutely love them. And obviously you got the history there at Shorty's, been around for a long time. That ice cream parlor that I went to, apologize for not remembering the ice cream place. Great location, games played wonderful. Of course, a great collection of great players. I remember sort of when Kaylee was kind of the guy up there kicking everybody's butt. Okay, anyway, I'm talking while the ladies are playing, so let's get back on the game.
Luis is making
trying
a
to see.
lot of shots here. She's just not sticking any locks. She hit one up the orbit, and it just didn't stick in. There's another one, not going to make
no.
it.
That's
That happens on this game. That it's such a long shot. It's the entire length of the game as well as wrapping around and dropping in that hole.
But she is
So-
grinding out lots of points here just off of
oh, she's
all the
got
work.
Well, she had a lot of good saves over there on the right, and ultimately was.
It's going to be a 20,000 point game, or 40,000 point game here on 1 ball to play. Space City Pinball, it's at the state championships, the winner earns a right to come to this tournament. If the winner cannot come, it passes down to the second place finisher. They're the only 2 players that can represent the state
That
for
is
the
correct.
tournament.
That is correct.
The Illinois representatives were Keith Elwin and
Josh
Joshua
Henry.
Henderson. And while I can't say for sure why they weren't able to come, I imagine work and school. And
Correct. Correct on both. And that's what happened. And you know what? It's a good rule. And I'm sure Ben here can attest. I kind of stuck my nose in on the page in Minnesota when they were all getting ready to commit to your event. And I let you know that I wouldn't be making it this year and said, listen, guys, if you're going to go play in this tournament, make sure that, you can go to nationals. And I don't know.
You definitely want to send a representative. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we work for all year. I mean,
Yeah.
You make the top 16. You win the dang thing, or you get second. I mean,
Do you
go.
have any
You gotta go.
idea how Josh and Zach Sharp feel right now sitting over there at that table
my-
not being able to play?
They've already expressed that they're not really loving it. so-
Yeah. All right, let's get back on this torpedo.
they're doing an
'cause this
excellent
is-
job, though, running this event. I'm had
Yes.
a lot of fun.
They could run it and play. One of them play, no doubt. And they're such a good team together. Again, did not go all the way around.
Hannah building up a lot of points here, though.
She
Now, is
was
it- you
racking that upper flipper. Oh, that was nice.
You can do a 2 or a 3 ball in this, correct?
Correct.
So that might be a good time to abandon the trying to hit that orbit lock. That's doesn't seem to be sticking. Oh,
And
She's
kick
got
back.
that
kick
nice
back.
laser kick. Yep, she's working up her bonus up top there. That one's coming
Now,
up.
but
Okay, so is
very good ball.
that ball 2 or 3? It was 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or is it 3?
Yeah, 1.5.
See, now they
Looks
were
like
doing
it's
it
pretty
different
solid.
than us. So when you play a match and you're playing players 1 and 3, and you got dead balls on 2 and 4, and the reason we do this, of course, is so there are no tilt-throughs and no problems with that era of game that would affect the next player. The thing about it is, I like it when you're done with your ball, you walk away. The next player comes up, does the plunge. They have to be aware, make sure they know it's not their ball. They do the plunge and do the faulty dead plunge and then play their ball. The reason I like that is simply just because, and we established this last year when we were at Nationals, we would do it that way because then that way you kind of get the feel for it. You're making sure you play and looking like we're over because we're putting scores up.
So
So
there's
it looks like
etiquette
it's
in
3-3
that?
now.
Yeah.
Looks like
I
Hannah.
never knew that.
And the reason simply is, Virginia, is because then that way you're there. You're kind of getting that plunge. It's
Yeah.
like a little practice. You get that plunge, and then you play your ball.
Okay.
And then when you're done, you walk away.
And let them do their
Yeah, I noticed the ladies, and it might have been the game was over, but they were doing they played their ball, and then they plunge. I'm not about that. So are we taking a poll? Is that what's going on? Hi, Ellen. All right.
All right.
So
we get-
Hannah won that. It looks like, and it's 3-3.
3-3.
Oh, love it.
Alright.
It's like every
So
round.
Luis will get her
going
pick.
to 7. Going to
What
7.
has she been picking, do we know, throughout?
They are
Reese.
picking
Black Rose.
Outstanding.
All right, so let's go to Black Rose.
While we take a look, looks like Raymond and Colin, Final Four. Escher.
Fred, you had a beautiful game on Black Rose earlier today.
Aw, thank
Didn't
you. I
Yeah,
did.
we got to watch that. That was a that
You know
was-
what? When that happens, when you're on screen and you have a good game, that's nice. Because too many times you're on screen and you don't. So, yeah, I'll take it. I enjoy it. Okay, here we are. Louise picked it. That means she's going first. I'm sure many of you have been here all day, so you've heard us explain the rules, but we'll give you a quick little run through on this game. Fun nugget. Remember when it came out? Love playing it. A lot of fun to it. It's just, I don't know why we didn't see it in tournaments. A little flaky. The cannons don't really work. The locks and ramps popping up and open. And the way that the ball, if you look at that circle right above the flippers there, it looks like a cannon.
You can draw on it.
I know. He's got
So
Telestrator.
show-
Okay, so here, let's talk
show
real quick.
us.
So this circle right here, the ball will come down and get caught in these ridges. And so a lot of times, if you watch the match I play or other people play, you'll see the ball kind of get in there and do some funky stuff. So you have to be ready for that.
Yeah, ruffles have ridges. Your pinball table should not.
Correct.
Sometimes they do. Like we have a Harlem where the miler is a little bit flaky.
So what happened?
You
Okay.
have Mylar on your Harlem?
I think so. That might be the incorrect term.
That's what I'm
They
missing.
are doing a 30-second
Oh, they're
warm-up.
doing their warm-up,
Yep.
of course.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk rules real quick before they get started here. So rules and strategy. All right, you got 4 return lanes here. They spell L-O-C-K. You can move them, so of course you can hit the return lane. One of the common practices is to go ahead and hit this whirlpool ramp right here, feed down here, and spell your letters on lock. By doing that, you're going to qualify this shot right here for a locked ball. It lights up. You go ahead and hit the ball in there, and you're about to go into a 2-ball multi-ball. During 2-ball multi-ball, typically I'll fire it out fast, goes up this ramp, you set it up, you got time to try and keep hitting that ramp. Unfortunately, in my match, the lights blinked so much, I had a real hard time getting that on there. But during 2-ball multi-ball now, you can go back up into this shot, lock 1 ball, You're going to get a short timer that's going to allow you to get a second ball locked up in there, and then you can get a 3-ball multi-ball. That's a little bit of
Got it.
strategy on
Everyone
that
got that?
side. So the reason we do that,
Oh,
quick tilt.
Ball 1 tilt.
That's-
Ouch.
that was.
That is
I thought they
tight.
were still practicing. No, it is
No, they are, yeah.
extremely tilty. I got 2 double dangers on
Fred,
that
you're
game.
not one to talk about tilty.
I am known for my gentle touch. There's no lie about that.
Gentle.
Feather Fingers Fred, they called me in grade school during our pinball tournaments back then.
If you guys didn't watch some of the featuring we did on Fred earlier, Fred would get that double danger and then somehow just play that ball out and not always tilt out because just he knew how far he could push it.
So skill shot on there. Hannah hit that. It's a 3 bank of yellow lights right there. It opens up your shot right here. I'm sorry, keep doing that. I just want everybody to know where we're going because I don't know the proper names.
Go for it.
That locker opens up. You go underneath it, and it feeds your cannon. And that is when you get a chance to shoot that. Every time you get in there, you're collecting one of the modes that is on this strip straight down the center. I don't want to draw because she's playing so well. She's lighting her lock.
One of the things we noticed on some of the
Pass it
players
over.
is they would hit that skill shot,
Uh-huh.
let the ball drain because there was that
There you go.
ball save.
Yes.
And then they would fire it back up and hit Davy Jones' locker.
So Hannah just went ahead and locked her first ball. She's going to get 2-ball multi-ball. She didn't make it up that ramp. It will release. Once she hits, I don't know, I'm going to say 3 switches or so, it kicks out. That I've never seen it stay in there that long. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, the reason there's a ball timer on there is because you cannot shut it off. I asked Josh about it, and that's what he told me. Okay, looks like she's probably going to go ahead and try and, drop in there. Lock her
That's a
2
nice
balls.
cradle.
It's a nice cradle, and she should shoot from the right flipper and go. Well, what she's doing is she's hitting the ramp to collect letters in sync ship. This is really the main goal right there. You spell sync ship after your multi-ball is over. You're going to try and sync them. 20 mil is your first one, 30, 40, and that's where the game really starts to separate.
Just textbook. She is dialed in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now her ramp is worth $1 million. She's on that whirlpool ramp. So there it is, 1 mil. And you can sit there and cycle that. It will time out when you miss it, but as long as you keep making it, you get $1 million on a shot. Not a bad backup strategy.
Nice.
That was a good save.
Yeah.
Good nudge.
Yeah, there's been some beautiful nudging today.
So she is spelled lock. She can go ahead and lock up. She's also 1 letter away from sync ship, and that's really kind of what her goal is. Go ahead and lock it. Catch. Did you see that? Did you see that little funky down there on the flippers? Yeah. You kind of got to
That's
just
fun.
let it do
You know,
its
it's fun
thing.
when
Yeah, it's fun. All right, that was a good ball. She finished up with 11 mil.
So
All right, Luis just needs to calm down, start over, and got 2 choices here. Well, you got 3 choices. You can either go ahead and hit that 3-spot target for your skill shot, which will open up Davy Jones' locker, and you can go into a mode. Or you can hit it really hard, just like that. Of course, hers was open. That's why I went in there. Now she's going to get a shot from the cannon.
I keep wanting to say bangerang, but that's a different game.
That would be
that's,
hook.
Yeah.
Okay, she went for that center shot. It's the sink ship shot. It's pretty tough. It comes out of that cannon hot. And so I realized that you kind of have to knock it a little bit going in there for it to land. And I got pretty lucky and was able to hit a few of those in a row.
If you hit it too clean, it bounces.
Correct,
out.
correct. Because there's a cliffy on there, and so it's knocking out. She's going ahead and trying to get her letters. You can also spot a letter
that's-
too
that's-
hard.
Tilt,
Just let it,
tilt.
don't just let it go.
Wow.
Settle,
Catch,
let
and
it
settle down.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can also shoot it into that lock shot, and it will spot you a letter for your lock. It's actually a pretty safe shot, to be honest. Look at that. That's what
Yeah.
she did. So now it'll be lit. Comes out not too bad. It looks like it's coming out hot. I had heard my friend Adam Lefkoff talking to his son, saying it, careful, it's coming out there pretty hot. But to be honest, it's not bad. I mean, it looks fast on screen,
He
but
said, son,
Son?
it's getting hot in her.
oh, it's good. Hot, yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at that nice little backhand when she missed. That's sweet.
Wow.
There's
Great
a nice
shot.
conversation going on in the
Chat.
chat about going first. I know John Replogle talked the other day, for example. There are some games you may want to go first.
For sure.
Twilight Zone, you want to check out whether or not the Powerball is in the trough.
She had 2 dangers.
She told
She had those 2 dangers, and she did a hard save. Louise is definitely a physical player, and sometimes you lose track of the 2.
Yeah,
And
the
honestly, she
tilts.
was in multi-ball, so you know there's not really a need for that. But she'll regroup. She's an extremely strong player.
I think going first, it's like someone in here mentioned, the pressure. They don't like the pressure, and it's you can feel that from both sides. I mean, if you're player 2 and, having to come back from behind, I mean, that's one kind of pressure, going first. But really
Sure.
all you have to do is put up a big score, put a big number. Hey, if player 2 gets it, my hat's
Yeah.
off to you. That's
You know,
and it's just two schools of thought. I think most people definitely prefer to go second, though.
But there are some games, like I was starting to say, Twilight Zone. If the Powerball's in the trough,
Mm-hmm.
You're
you
going
want to-
first.
Yeah, you're going first.
Yeah.
You do not want to give that to someone else or take it, or, hope that they drain that Powerball.
all right,
so
Hannah.
it depends on the game. So
Absolutely. Hannah is going to go ahead, and there she goes. She made it all the way around the ramp. And, you're kidding me. I didn't even see the dangers. Again,
Whoa.
during
Wait.
multi-ball.
Did the game maybe
Wow.
not settle?
Wow.
Maybe because she came back in the room. She may not have seen Louise's tilt.
It was
Yeah.
kind of a push flip. You kind of
Yeah,
moved
it was
the
a push
machine
flip.
when she was flipping.
I'm just saying, I didn't
Yeah.
really see the danger, unfortunately. Now
But-
she's going to get 60 seconds, let that game settle down. I know
Yeah,
she's
that's what I
going
was
to.
going to say. That could that have been a result of Louise's tilt?
It absolutely could. We call it the ATF, the accumulative tilt factor.
Yeah. So
And it just
Nice.
kind of sits there sometimes.
trademark.
and
Trademark.
That's
and
one
that's
of Fred's.
why you always, like Louise is letting the game settle. That's why you always let the
Yep.
game settle, because that can happen.
IFPA has a rule, Papa. We are all one big family now. We have a rule, and it's 60 seconds, I believe. See a lot of players.
2 minutes.
Is it
was-
two?
I thought
It
was
could
2
be two.
minutes.
I don't play in very many.
I think
As long
it's
as
up
you
to
want.
the
Josh says
tournament
as long as you
director.
want.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Josh said
another-
she can wait as long as she wants to, so we're good with that. No, you'll see a lot of players put their phones up on the glass with the timer to go ahead and wait. Okay, so Louise will be staring down a 13 million player 2. She's walking into the ball with just over 2 mil. On a game like this, to be honest, it's hard to
We're
get
not-
quick points.
We're not seeing anyone go for the double broadside, though. Can you explain? Is that just what you said with the problem with it sticking? Is it's been too
A little
difficult
bit.
to go that strategy?
A little bit, but I'll tell you what, and the reason I ended up having to score was because both my left and right flipper were hitting that hole. Okay? And by flipper, this is hitting pretty well. By the cannon, it's coming right out. Okay? So, here's the thing. You can collect your modes and your broadside and double broadside from going up in there and doing that. The only thing that you need to be concerned about is when the ball feeds and comes back down here. At first, my first balls, I didn't do anything because I let it kind of come off and see where it's going to hit, and it was a cluster. It was not nice. But if you hold up that right flipper, it'll come and it'll roll up that return lane. I'm not going to say you're going to hit the switch. I mean, I hit it like once and 6-7 times. But hold that flipper up. Normally I wouldn't because I'm scared of it jumping, but it wasn't at all. And it just came back and it fed real nice.
So it was actually feeding to a trap. It would go roll up the lane. You could
Not
trap
a
it on
trap.
the
It was
right.
nah. You
just
still
a
had to
little
play
control.
it. Yeah, little control. Little control. All right, I'm thinking we're
no-
coming up on 2 minutes here.
So no, I mean with 2 million and 13 million, it's what 3 or 4 broad shots.
You know what?
I
I'll
mean,
tell you
it's-
what. You'd almost rather be down by 60.
Right.
You almost rather just say, okay, I got to go in there. I got to spell some sink ships. I got to sink 2 of them. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to work.
Well,
But-
that's what I was saying earlier. Escher was down by I think 2 million. And I said, it's just never a position you want to be in. You don't want to, have to make just a few shots.
Mm.
If I have to make 30, I know what I got to do. Chop wood.
All right, Josh,
Put on the lumberjack hat.
I'm ready. Go ahead and let her know. She can start. There we go. All right. Luis, back up to the to plunger here. This is game 7, ball 3. Skill shot. Looks like she's lining up. Yep. That now lights or opens up her locker. Look at that. You can hit that shot. It's in. There's your double broadside. Let's see if she goes for it. She does, and it doesn't stick. And it drains right down the middle. And what
That's tough.
that's a tough one.
That's
what
exactly what we were talking about.
Actually shoot for when I have it in there is that right there. Because it's nice and safe, and it goes in, and it spots you a letter on sink ship. Okay.
Well, we saw in that game that you.
So let's
take
take a
about
look.
170 on that game. You
Think
had
so?
about 170
I don't even know.
and just
Yeah.
3 or 4 multi-balls. I mean, it's real safe.
I left a
Easy
ship.
points.
I left a ship on the table though.
Eh.
I had a sinker, but
We have our final 2 for women's. It'll be Hannah Hatch against Karen Kaiser.
Karen took out Carrie Wing. Wow.
And as that's the finals, we will follow that through all 7 games.
Good.
Wow.
Carrie Wing is a phenomenal player, and took me out in Oklahoma 2 years ago, and then took our friend Donovan out and won it. And I think she was the first female Papa Circuit champion. She is an outstanding player. I have nothing but love and respect for her. She's real fun to watch. She's just tough. She's a grindhouse. So that tells you Karen Kaiser is obviously an extremely strong player as well. I haven't seen her before this.
They're talking about tilt bob cams in the chat. Was that Indisc? They had,
Yes.
They
Yes,
had
I believe it was.
one year
Yep.
the tilt had a camera on there. Yeah, people definitely were just stopping.
I love
and
it.
Looking at the tilt. Yeah, it's
I
cool.
think it's,
it's
I think
cool.
it's awesome. If I could see that while I was playing, are you kidding me?
Apparently, while people were playing, I mean, it's really rocking and rolling too. You don't really realize how on the edge you always are.
Yeah.
Luis and Carrie will be playing a 3rd place match. That will be a best of 3.
Good. Well, just like last year watching Heliana win, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I should be embarrassed about this, but I definitely knew many more women playing here today than I did a lot of the men in the state championships. And I'll tell you what, the group in the field was just excellent. So been some great play.
Well, we're waiting for the women to decide where they are going to go for their first game. Here's some Iron Man
like Colin.
between Ray and Colin.
Colin's on the deck playing. And looks like he's got his ramps going. He's got a bogey. And I'll tell you what, those ramps are not easy to hit, so even getting that far. And he shook it like it was a ball 3, so it might have been. Nope. And it didn't tilt. Oh, yeah, it was a ball 3.
Would you say that he shook it like a Polaroid picture?
He shook it like a ball 3,
Okay.
where you just don't care and you throw your hands
Yeah.
somewhere.
Bonus isn't going to get you there. Might as well.
Yeah. It's like we got Mr. Chris Stevens over there. Yeah, let's take a look at this.
They're on Metallica.
Our
We'll go
bracket.
there for a minute.
Raymond and Colin. Escher's over there playing, I believe. Isn't he playing Carl?
Escher is waiting for the winner of Chris and Carl.
It's Chris and Carl. Okay. That was my side of the bracket. We definitely got my match went 4 hours. I'll tell you what, one of the toughest matches I've ever had, and I played against a gentleman I had never met, but Preston, what is it, Monclaw?
Monclaw, yeah.
I'll tell you what, he's outstanding. Kid played great, and I did not lose. He won, and that feels good. You know, you did your best, and the guy grinded it out, and I know he took Carl to 7. He had Carl against the ropes at 2-3, and Carl came back one last 2. So
Yeah, I think Preston is a previous
This is-
Pinball B division champion. So
Oh, is he?
He plays very well.
This is his 3rd consecutive year here. He had won Texas 2 years ago, won Louisiana last year, and won Louisiana this year. So he was out here and played great. So here we are on Metallica. This thing's a monster. We had to set up like we had it in disc, where Sparky's on hard, 15 hits to get him going. Yet the crank it up is actually easy with only 5 of the 4 tokens needed.
I thought it was, wasn't it? I thought it was 4 of each.
I think it's 5, but
I think
maybe
it's 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's only 5 crosses, 5 sparky hits. Well, not 5 sparky hits, excuse me, on the shots, snakes, and coffins. The only thing that plays in that's kind of tough is that your crosses in the graveyard there, the inline targets are gone. So you actually have to go all the way up and hit the spot behind there to qualify that shot.
I actually liked that. I thought that was safer when after.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's got some pluses and minuses. You know, the minus is you don't have the easier inlines to hit, which I tend to hit on the fly on a return from the right orbit. But you didn't have to grind through them if you wanted to start another multi-ball like you do, you know, out on the field most of the time. So, yes, only 5 to get to crank it up. And so you should expect to get at least one of those in your match.
Is he in fade to black right now?
Yes, he is.
Look at that.
Well, it's fading to black.
Yep.
It's doing its.
Needs some crosses. Let's
It
see
looks
what he's
like
got.
value's at 46 million right now on the collect.
Oh, he might want to go in there. What's his time at? His time's fine. This is one of the longer modes.
Oh, there
Another
it
4. He's going to take it.
Yep.
Plus the 5
Well-
mil for the extra, 2.5 for the extra. Add a little bonus to it. Boink. There you go. Give you another 2. Oh,
Yeah,
we're going to
boom
go ahead
indeed.
and take that.
Boom indeed.
And
I guess that must have been
that was
enough.
a walk-off.
I'm going to say that must have been a walk-off. Look at that. Got a 118 on there. Yeah, he was player 2, ball 3. So, nice job, Mr. Cetus.
Very
Well
impressive.
done.